Welcome to Tech Learners. In today's lesson, we will talk about more program on string handling. So let's talk about program number 5 based on string handling. To find frequency of each unique alphabet in a string after converting it to lowercase. So let's say if the input is Tech Learners, then the output will be T is equal to 1. That means the frequency of letter T in the whole sentence. As we can see, T occurs only once. Then the next unique character is E. So E will be equal to 3. That means the frequency of E is 1, 2 and 3. Then it's C. So the frequency of C, we can see it's only 1. So in this way, we need to find out the frequency of each unique character into a sentence. So let's talk about the logic, how we can do this. First we will input the string and store into a string variable str. Then we will convert this into lowercase. We can do this with the help of the toLowercase method available into the string class. Then we will find out the length of the string with the help of the length method. Then we will run a loop I from A to Z. Yes, it's not always necessary that we run a loop with integer variable. We can also run a loop with the char variable. So here we are running a loop with the char variable, which starts from small a and run till small z. So in this way, we are running the loop from a to z, that is a, b, c, d and so on till z. Inside the loop, we will initialize a variable count with 0 that will help us in calculating the frequency of each such character. Now we need to nest a loop. That means we have to start another loop inside this first loop. So this is called the nesting. So we have to nest this loop inside the first loop. Inside the loop, we will run it for an integer variable starting from 0 to less than length. So this is the length of the string. Now we need to fetch the character, each character of the string at index j, and we need to compare whether this is equal to I or not. If it is equal to I, then we will increment the counter. Let's understand this more deeply. Let's say for I is equal to A, we are inside the loop. Now the count is 0. Then this loop will run from 0 to less than length. That means we will continue this loop for each character of Tech Learner. So in the first instance, we are comparing the first character, that is T, with the first letter, that is A. If T is equal to A, then we will increment the count. Then again we will move back and we will go to the next character, that is E. Now again, if this E is equal to A, then we will increment the counter. Again we will move to the next character into the string, that is C, and if this A is equal to C, then we will increment the counter. In this way, we are trying to identify that how many times A occurs into this string, and if it occurs, that means if count is not equal to 0, then we will display the character as well as its frequency. So in the first instance, we are finding out the frequency of letter A. Now the loop will run again and we will come to next letter B. The similar process will continue for the letter B, and we will be checking that whether B is at first index, at second index, at third, at fourth and at what index, and we will continue incrementing this counter wherever B occurs. So in this way we can find out the frequency of B and so on. So this is how we can continue and we can complete our program. So let's jump into the program and see how we can code this into Java. So I have used this scanner class to accept the string sentence from the user. So we can accept the sentence from the user with the help of the object of the scanner class and then with the help of the function next line. Then we need to find out the length of this string. This can be done with the help of the length function available into the string class. Now we will initialize this count variable with 0. This will contain the frequency of each character. Now this is our outer loop. This is the first loop which we are beginning from A and we will end the loop at Z. So in this, remember, we are using a char variable instead of int variable. Inside the loop, count will be initiated to 0 and then the next nested loop. This loop will run from I is equal to 0 till I is less than len, just because we will be extracting each character of the string one by one. Inside the loop, we will check whether the first character and so on, whether the characters inside the string are equal to ch. That means for the first instance it is A. So if the character in the string is equal to A, then we will increment the count. The loop will move and then the character at second index will be equal to A, then we will again increment it. This way we will simply find how many times A occurs into this string, and outside the loop we can simply check if count is not equal to 0. That means if A is present in the string, then only we are displaying the frequency of A. Once we will display the frequency of A, this loop will continue and we will switch to the next character, that is B, and we'll inside the loop, we'll come inside the loop again. All the processing will be done for the next character, that is B, and we'll find out the frequency of B inside the string or sentence. If B occurs at least once, then we will write the frequency of that character B. So now let me compile this program and show you the output. How is this working? How is this behaving? So let me execute this program. It is asking please enter sentence. Let me enter the sentence, get learners, and you can see frequency of each letter is here. You can see the frequency of A is 1. As we can see, A occurs one time. Then frequency of C is also 1, as C also occurs 1. Then frequency of E is 3, as E occurs thrice in this statement. So in this way we can find out the frequency of each unique character that is inside this string. I hope you have understood the concept. You can re-watch this video carefully. You can pause wherever you want and then you can understand. Still, if you have any questions, you can use the comment box to ask me any of your queries. Like the video, subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon for more upcoming videos.